This is not supposed to be pretty. This is going to be super annoying. The goal is to get you to remember. So, you're welcome. An assumption is something we believe to be true, which is usually taken for granted. An example of this is your friend's in the Scouts, but it turns out he's a really big asshole. When you tell your friends that he's in the Scouts, they assume that he's a nice person. Well, where are you getting these assumptions from? Well, give me a second, I'll give you the list. It's from parents and siblings and teachers and classrooms and school and TV and movie, internet, and friends. But not the TV show. Another kind of assumption that we like to make is about values. And values are beliefs and ideas and principles that are considered in high regard. And we get these values from the same list as before, but instead you also add church and books. And with these values you have assumptions, but we call them value assumptions, which are beliefs about what's good and right and important in how we make our opinions on shit. Alright? An example of this is I like the trees, but then I met a logger. And the logger told me that he liked the trees because it brought in the money. So now we're in a value conflict, which is a disagreement about our priorities and our decision making. Well, what do we do when we have a value conflict? Because we need to figure out what to do about these trees. We could try and do value prioritization. It's really not easy, but here we go. It's the process of choosing which value is most important on an issue. So if you want to keep the trees, maybe we can come up with an example where I keep some and you cut the rest down. Because we got to figure out whose value prioritization takes priority. Which is not easy, which is why we're in the situation that we're in right now. But values concern your morals as well. What are morals? Give me a second. Morals are principles that distinguish right from wrong behavior, and we base them on our values. But I gotta tell you, there's a difference between morals and ethics. Ethics are morals that are codified into a system. And the only time something's ethical is when it's related to a business that's anything that's not your house. In other words, it's church and business, it's schools and banks and anything that's not at home. Morals are your personal values, ethics are businesses. Sometimes they get a little hairy. Anyway, my brain went a little far. So anyway, we also have religious values, which is this ethical system based on your loving God and neighbor. But we're not going to worry about that. Instead, let's focus on prima facie values. Now, prima facie values are a system of ethics within the universal ideal. I know that was confusing, so give me a sec and I'll try and break it down for you. Prima facie values are things like honesty and loyalty and things we find universally true. It's a little vague, but go with me. I promise you, you'll do fine. It's in the book. But now let's get back to ideal and real values. Real values are the ones that you want. Oops, sorry, let me rephrase that. Ideal values are the ones you want to actually happen. But the real value, turns out it's the one that you have to do, because unfortunately life isn't that simple. So an ideal value is what you really want. but the real value's what you settle for. And so I know that this wasn't easy to follow, and you're probably annoyed with my voice. But I bet you at the end of this, you'll have it in your head and how to know what morals and values and ethics really are. And with that, I'll leave you with this.